Today we're going to be talking about Deng Xiaoping, done by Amanda and Daniel.
Deng Xiaoping was born August 22, 1904. He was the head of the Chinese Communist Party during the 1980s and died February 19, 1997. One of his mottos while in power was, "It doesn't matter if the cat is black or white, so long as it catches mice." Deng was the son of a wealthy landowner. Later on, he studied the ways of communism in France and Moscow, Russia. He eventually returned home in 1926. He was a military and political organizer. He was then exiled by Mao Zedong because he was too individualistic. In 1973, Deng Xiaoping was brought back into the government to reorganize the government. He was seen highly by all of his peers. Government officials managed to make Deng the leader of China after the death of Mao.
There are a few effects Deng's reign had on China, and this includes, during the mid-1980s, his introduction to economic reform. This includes special economic zones in regions in southeast China that are now liberalized. And he also introduced the one child per couple law and also private property. He moved China in a capitalistic direction, and this is through adding 150,000 state-owned enterprises, which behaved like private-owned enterprises. Once Deng's democracy started to kick in 1989, this would lead to protesters in Tiananmen Square, and the government responded by killing thousands of protesters to show their intolerance of rebellion against the government. More on reform in farming and trade. Deng's reform in 1978 would lead him to raise foreign investment, which would lead to economic growth. He also ended collective farming. Farmers would in turn be allowed to choose what they grew. They would also be allowed to sell their surplus for profit. Deng all along encouraged foreign trade. Deng Xiaoping's legacy is that he improved the lives and overall living conditions of his people. He also maintained a well-organized government. This is through having leaders that could carry on his beliefs in the future and for future generations. He died at the age of 92 while slowly taking himself out of office. Thank you.